This is a LEGO Mercedes-Benz 300SL Gullwing, which I built completely from scratch, as I can only dream of owning a real one, because, well, they are just a tiny bit too expensive. I'll be showing you through the entire design process, and I even had to use a very illegal building technique, which LEGO definitely won't approve of. So let's get started. First step is to start building the front. But as some of you guys might know, I usually build relatively modern cars. So this is going to be quite challenging for me to build and give it that classic look. And also, if you would like to build this model for yourself, the instructions can be found on my Rebrickable page. The link is in the description. I think I've managed to build a pretty good looking front end design. So to replicate the headlights, I used these 1x2 round plates with a transparent 1x1 tile on top. Then the bottom part of the bumper is built using a bunch of silver parts, like robotic arms and hammers. Another big challenge were these side vents, and I came up with the idea to use these X pieces, and I think they work pretty well. Now next up, I think I will try to build the roof. I usually try to fit as many working functions into my models as possible, so I was also hoping to build some working Gullwing doors for this model, but I ended up making the decision to keep things as clean as possible and to not add working doors. So I used a lot of curved slopes to make the entire roof look as rounded as possible, and these ones here at the rear corners are held in a perfect angle using these bars with clips. Then to curve the sides I used these big 1x4 slopes. And lastly, the B-pillars are replicated with these robotic arms. And I think it's coming along pretty nicely so far, so I'm hoping the rear will work out just as well. The main parts I thought of using to shape the rear are these curved wedge slopes, which come in this Mercedes set. And when the model is finished, I will remove the prints, which are still on at the moment, with a pretty illegal technique, but that's for later on. Then to build the rear sides, I used some curved slopes, which are held in place by a skeleton arm. But I'm not really satisfied with how it's working out, and I think the entire rear is way too close to the ground. So let's see if I can improve it. The Mercedes-Benz 300SL Gullwing is now for 99% finished, and I just have to perform the illegal technique to remove the prints. So I will actually use an eraser to literally erase the prints, but to build this model you can obviously also use the non-printed versions of these pieces. It's just that I didn't plan on using these printed bricks for anything. Well, now it's actually completely finished. So I removed the lower layer which I had earlier, and I was also struggling with filling up the middle part of the rear, which is now done with a bracket, some modified tiles and some more hammers, just like at the front. Further, I also finished the interior, which unfortunately doesn't fit any minifigures, but I am pretty happy with how it looks. And lastly, this model was built in collaboration with Mr. Noob159 over on Instagram, so definitely go check out the Instagram post as well. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, you might enjoy one of these as well.